I'll see you for LowKickMMA. I'm joined by Paddy Pimblett ahead of his March 20th fight against Davide Martinez. How's it going, Paddy?
It's good, lad. It's good. Going very good. Fucking can't wait to take his head off.
Yeah, it sounds like you're deep in training now. Is it all ramping up in camp for you now?
Yeah, everything. You're getting more intense over the next 2 weeks and then start to taper down. You know what I mean? That's how we usually do it. And like, I feel good already, lad. I haven't got that much weight to lose or nothing, so I feel great.
Good to hear. And how's it going with the lockdown? Obviously, it's in England, Liverpool, we're locked down fully. So how are you coping with it?
Well, training obviously isn't as good as usual because we can only train with the professionals, just the pros what have been coming in. No amateurs or not allowed to come in. So it's harder to prepare than usual, but we're making do with what we've got. You know what I mean?
Good to hear. And for you now, it's a year to the day, I think, since your last fight, when this next fight will be. So what have you been doing during the layoff? Have you been in the gym, or have you been nursing injuries, or just, sitting out and enjoying the time off?
When I fought, I was back in the gym training right away, but then saying that no went because lockdown happened. Yeah, so for the first lockdown happened the day after I fought. So I was doing loads of my own training. That's how I got into running, like jogging over the past few months. Well, the past year, where when lockdown came in, I started jogging all the time. So I got into running. And then I found out that I had something very wrong with my hand. So I had to go and get my hand looked at. And while I was before I got my hand surgery, I was working on my boxing. So I just focused solely on boxing. And then after my hand got done, obviously, and I couldn't do nothing at all for like 6 weeks. And then I thought that it'd be better to grapple, you know what I mean? And it wouldn't hurt my hand as much, but it hurt grappling. So I went back to my boxing gym and was just doing my boxing again with Chris Williams, lad. So my hands have come on tenfold over the past year. I think that's what people will be noticing the most on a fight.
And what is it with the hand injury? I know it's been kind of niggling you for a few years now, isn't it? So what exactly has
I've
been
had 3 hand surgeries, lad.
What exactly has been going on, and what's the problem that they're struggling to fix it? 3 surgeries.
I've had them. I've had 2 on this one. I got surgery in May and then fought Soren back on the 1st of September, which is something I shouldn't have done. My hand was still fucked. You know what I mean? I couldn't do nothing with my hand, but I just fought anyway. So I made it worse and I had to get another surgery again for that one. So I got surgery on this in 2018 and 19, and then surgery on this one in 2020. This was a completely different injury.
So it's just bad luck with your hands at the minute, and they're all feeling good now. Going into this fight in the camp, you're feeling good with your hands.
They're feeling better. You know what I mean? They're never going to be back to the way they once were. That's just one of them things. Once you get something operated on, it's never going to go back to the way it was.
Great. And on to the next one. Onto the last fight. It was Decky Dalton, and he was a last-minute replacement opponent, wasn't he? How do you reflect on that fight? All this time later, was it just good to get back in there, get a win, get a finish?
It was just I wanted to get back in the cage. I said to Paul, doesn't matter who will fight as long as the person's going to turn up and make weight and actually fucking fight. You know what I mean? And Decky done that, so hats off to him. He took the fight on short notice. It's just funny because I was meant to fight Davide Martinez a year ago, and now I'm fighting him a year later to the day.
Yeah, it's mad the way it all works out. And for that fight, was there a crowd there? I know the lockdown started pretty much after. No? How'd you find that? Because, I've been in a few of your fights and you do really feed off the crowd, especially the entrances. They're always epic. So how did you find it?
It's not the same. It's not the same. I felt it like a spa, more like a spa. But that worked in my advantage. You know what I mean? I just took him down, dominated him. So, I thought over the past few shows with people not with there being no adrenaline running through your body, I was thought a lot more people are getting knocked out. But obviously, it hasn't panned out that way. But on the next card, I'll be getting a knockout.
And in terms of these Cage Warriors cards, I've seen a story yesterday about they're looking to travel to California and a few other places. Have you kind of spoke to them about whether they'll have crowds at these events and if you can get on them possibly?
Well, they know that if they do a show in California, I'm the main man on Cage Warriors, lad, so they'll get me on there just without a shadow of a doubt. But to be honest, lad, after this fight, I think I'm off.
Yeah, so it's just speaking about that, you've been the main man with Cage Warriors for a while, and it just seems like you've had belts and other people have come afterward and gone to the UFC, and you're still in Cage Warriors. What do you put that down to?
I don't mind, lad. You know what I mean? I've honed my skills a lot more than a lot of people there's a lot of people who've just jumped from Cage straight to the UFC and they had the skills, what's required. You know what I mean? Some of them haven't caught a break, but then some of them just haven't been good enough. They've ended up coming back to Cage Warriors. So I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Once I get signed, I'm there. The first time when they offered me, I was only a kid, and Cage Warriors had just offered me like the best deal for a UK MMA fighter ever. So I took it. And then the second time, obviously, I had hand surgery coming up on a title fight in the Echo Arena, so I never took it. But this time, I know for a fact, win this fight, get a nice finish, they'll be wanting to sign me, and then I'm off. Fight Island, there we come.
And is that talk that kind of goes on in the background in the lead up to a fight, or is this like it's on the table now? If you win, you get this, or is it just kind of get this out the way, then see what comes in?
You've got to focus on your fight, lad. You can't focus on anything else. You've got to focus on your fight. You can't focus on anything else. You've got to think just this opponent, just this opponent.
I'm talking about your opponent. Yes, Davide Martinez, 8-2 from Italy. What do you know about him? Obviously, you've studied them in the past, I imagine. What do you make of
him? He's all right, like, you know what I mean. He's nothing special. I've fought much better opponents when I was not as good as I am now, and finished them. So he's getting finished in the first round.
And in terms of his, game plan, his strengths and weaknesses, what do you think he's going to come in and try and impose on you on fight night?
Well, most of his fights he comes out and wrestles, but I don't know if he's going to do that to me because he'll know how good I am on the floor. So I don't know what to expect, to be honest. Whenever you watch the UFC lately, lad, two grapplers come out and fight, they end up just having it on their feet. I'm open for one of them. I'm open for it. I hope he wants to stand with me and try and take my head off, because I'll take his chin home with me before he catches me.
And is that your route to victory? You see if, being on the feet, putting the hands together, and that's how you're going to get the finish?
No, I think my route to victory is anywhere the fight goes, lad. You know what I mean? My route to victory is if I want to take him down and beat him up and TKO him or submit him, I will. If I want to stand and kick him everywhere and knock him out with my hands on my feet, I will. If he wants to try and wrestle me, I'll fucking fly in triangle.
Well, that's what you've been known for. You've been known for your slick submissions and things like that. Jordan, this time it sounds like you've been working on your boxing and your striking. So how's that coming along, and you sound really confident in it?
I am. I'm very confident in my hands. You know what I mean? In my striking altogether. I know I can put it all together well, and it's working. You know what I mean? Especially against someone who's a little bit shorter than me. I'm going to be able to use my range and find my range on him nice and easy, and I think I'm gonna beat him up in the first round easily.
Good. And if all goes to plan, as you just said, 2021, you want to get signed to the UFC. How active do you want to be as someone who hasn't been as active as you want to be over the last few years?
That's what I mean, lad. After this fight, I want to just stay ready, and hopefully the UFC give me a fight immediately. You know what I mean? I'd fucking love that. If not, lad, I'd love to fight again. Another Cage Warriors fight in a month or two.
And do you have any names in mind for that UFC debut? As I said earlier, a lot of guys who you fought or been in the vicinity of, they've gone on to UFC and mixed results. But does any names kind of pop out?
There's one, and it's just because he beats Fishy. You know what I mean? Jared Gordon. I'd love to fight Jared Gordon. That'd be a lovely debut for me, as that's someone who I think I'd knock out as well, to be honest.
And beyond, 2021, ultimately 26 now, aren't you? So what's the goal? You've got a lot of time to, achieve what you want to achieve. When it's all said and done, what do you want people to remember Paddy as?
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. I've said it before, lad, if you're in this sport and you've got any other goal, you're in the wrong sport. You've got to want to be the best. It's that simple. If you don't want to be the best, lad, you're in the wrong sport. Fuck off.
Yeah, absolutely. And just before I let you go, we are asking fighters for a prediction on Jake Paul against Ben Askren. I just want to get your thoughts on the fight and how it might go.
Well, lad, I've got to go with Ben Askren. Can't go with Jake Paul, lad. Got to go with an MMA fighter. But like, it's just hilarious the way he's going on. Oh, I'll knock him out. I'll knock him out. But then you're fighting the MMA fighter who is known to have the worst punches in MMA. He's got the worst boxing in MMA, lad, and he decides to fight him. It's proper embarrassing.
You know, and he's going to be a huge underdog, or a significant underdog, Askren. So I think I'll be having some money on that.
I'll be putting a little bet on Askren. Me, lad, he's been there and done it before, lad. He's done 5-5s and stuff like that, lad. So he'll be able to do fucking. He'll be able to do 12-3s boxing him, lad. He's wrestled hard, lad, before. So I know it's a different type of fitness, but at the same time, wrestling fitness is not like anything else. Wrestling is the hardest thing to get fit at.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for your time, Paddy. Good luck with the fight and the rest of camp, and can't wait to watch.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, fella.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.